Welcome everybody to the 22nd episode of Explained. Today I'm going to give you an update on our hardware and we will talk about the improvements that we have made. I will also answer some of the most frequently asked questions regarding our technology. So let's get started. First, I will tell you about the changes we have made to our hardware. Then I will answer you the question of whether 16 pixels are enough. We will also talk about the different materials that can be analyzed with the SenoCorder, about the size of the area that is being analyzed with the SenoCorder, and finally I will answer the question of whether the SenoCorder can be used for distance measurements. So let's get started with the updates. The SenoCorder 2.0 was released last year at our anniversary, and a few things have changed since then. Measurements can now be conducted even faster, taking less than 2 seconds, and the results are available to you 4 times faster than they were a year ago. You can now also take nearly 3 times as many measurements with one battery charge than you could a year ago. So rather than taking 300 measurements, you can now conduct 800 measurements before having to recharge your device. Finally, we have also implemented a magnetic closure into the lid of the SenoCorder, which prevents any slipping and wobbling when calibrating. The lid also holds rock solid and protects the sensor surface when the device is not in use. So for example, when you're carrying it around in your pocket. Let's get started with the FAQ. So why do we only use 16 pixels and is that enough? You may know that the technology of our chip is based on thin film organic semiconductors and requires no dispersive elements. This means that it is very small, light and also a robust sensor solution that can be implemented into everyday devices. The short answer to the question as to whether 16 pixels are enough is yes. In most everyday applications, they are perfectly sufficient. If you would like a more in-depth answer to this question, take a look on our blog. I will add the link to the article in the video description. We also often get asked whether the SenoCorder can be used to analyze certain materials that aren't mentioned on our website. For example, liquids. We currently don't offer any applications for the analysis of liquids. However, in principle, it is possible to analyze liquids. To do so, a petri dishes containing the liquid can be placed on the SenoCorder. In regard to other materials, the general answer is that it depends on what material exactly it is that we are talking about. Our technology is very powerful and it can analyze almost all materials if an appropriate application is configured. But there are a few limitations to what's possible. For example, very small concentrations or contaminations of less than 1% can't be analyzed. Gases and metals also can't be analyzed with our device. For specific inquiries, you can get in touch with us at contact@senorix.com or via the contact form on our website. We would recommend you to get in touch if you have a very specific inquiry, and we are happy to answer all of your questions. The next question is how big is the area that is being analyzed when using the SenoCorder? So the size of the measurement window is approximately 5 by 5 millimeters. You can find an overview of other features and technical specifications of the device on our website. I will add the link to the video description, so you can just take a look. Finally, can the SenoCorder take distance measurements? The answer to this question is no. The handheld device can only be used for contact measurements. However, we also develop specific solutions for distance measurements. For example, our robotic vacuum cleaner prototype. I will add a link to the video showcasing the robotic vacuum cleaner prototype to the video description, so you can take a look at it. The measurements that our robotic vacuum cleaner prototype is taking can be taken from a distance of 1 to 3 centimeters. If you are interested in learning more or purchasing the device, you can contact our sales and marketing manager Hannah at hannah.zenal@senorix.com. Also make sure to check out the video descriptions for further information and resources. Make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any future episodes, and I will see you soon for the next one.